Hello everyone and welcome back to more of the Fruit of Grisaia. There's a tow guy. Don't know who he is exactly. Probably a member of the branch family that tried to get Makina. He basically just beat the shit out of that guy who basically decided to use his own vehicle for the drive-by shooting, which was absolutely ignorant because he told him not to do that. What did he do? He did it anyway. Well, that's how people get killed in this line of work. But this mysterious person has come out of the shadows and attacked a tow and some of the other guys. Shuhu Kai, Deputy Underboss. Susuma Toh-san, right?
What? 誰じゃお前どこにいる出てこんかい
What are you looking at? I'm right behind you. As the toe spins around violently, the back of my hand meets the tip of his jaw. Amplified by his own momentum, the bull jerks his head a good 90 degrees to the side. Quivering from the impact, the toe's eyes roll back in his head. He's unconscious before his knees hit the ground. Normally this would be the point where we start kicking kidneys or crushing windpipes just to be on the safe side. But instead, I roll the three unconscious men over, tie their hands between their backs with high-strength nylon rope, then do the same to their ankles. As the finishing touch, I tie their bound ankles and wrists together, leaving them curled helplessly backward like three particularly puffy and unattractive seals. Honestly, for us a detective agency, not organized crime, our friends at the branch down are just full of lovely surprises. Sorry about the surprise attack. Couldn't go picking a fair fight with Yakuza, you know? I'd get kicked out of the house if I lost. No, I didn't think that. You people do take your pride pretty seriously. Even as I speak, I'm busily rolling up to Toe's tacky lavender suit jacket. Tacky. Lavender's a great color. Tacky. This guy's no fashion sense. As expected, he's got a pull-through snap leather holster strapped to his left side, with a shining silver automatic visible inside. What's this? A Taurus? Damn, even the deputy underbosses are packing some nice toys these days. I grab the weapon by the grip and give it a solid yank. The snap flies open with a metallic click, and the gun slides free smoothly and easily. The 9mm Brazilian pistol has been polished to a blinding sheen for some ridiculous reason. Combined with the pearl white grip, he seems to have swapped in for aesthetic reasons. The thing almost looks like a toy at first glance. Look, Toe, the jacket was bad enough, alright, but this is a bit much, don't you think? Silver polish and a pearl grip? There's bad taste, and then there's just posturing. I'd always thought villains only packed a flashy custom toys in the movies, but it seems my belief system needs revisiting. I'm not fucking around, my friend. Sorry, but you're going to be moving to a nice villa for a while.
No.
I hit the mag catch button with my thumb and remove the magazine, then pull back on the slide and peer into the chamber. It's empty. The hell's the point of having a fast draw holster if you need to take the time to chamber around before you can shoot? All show, huh? Whatever. Pushing the disassembly button with my forefinger, I rotate the lever downward, then advance and remove the slide assembly. After compressing the recoil spring and guide, I carefully pull the barrel free. Let's lie down and shut the fuck up while I ask you some questions. There's no reason trying to waste my breath trying to explain if you can't tell by looking. Once I've methodically arranged the disassembled components on the gut of the gun on the ground, I grab one of Toe's hands and begin applying his fingerprints to them. Evidence. You still don't get it. I'm getting your prints all over this gun. Most thugs clean their fingerprints off their pistols these days, but there's plenty of morons who forget to wipe the insides of the weapon as well. I'm having a friend of Tao here become one such idiot. Naturally, I'm wearing thin rubber surgical gloves for every step of this procedure, so as to keep my own finger oils to myself.
やめろ。てめえ、何考えてやがら。
You really want to know? I don't think I feel like telling though. I'm a bit of a tease that way. I extract the 9mm bullets in the magazine one by one and carefully press them against the tips of Atoa's fingers. After I'm finished applying his prints to the internals of the weapon, I snap the gaudy torso back together the way it was and wrap it carefully in a towel. Okay then, I'll be on my way now. You really think I'm going to untie you? Well, that might be a little much, I suppose. Alright then. What was the name of the useless biker kid over there again? Ishikawa Tadashi-kun? I'll untie his ropes, so just have him help you out once he wakes up. I cut the nylon ropes binding Ishikawa Tadashi with a pair of scissors I bought at the 100 yen shop before coming here, then tossed them carelessly away. We are evil. With the sound of a toe bellowing desperately at his comatose underling echoing pleasantly in my ears, I take my leave. We could have just killed him, but no, killing's too good for them. We'd be no better than they are, really. You know, in that sense. Well then, I went out of my way to nab a tacky pistol from a Shuekai underboss. Could just toss it in the window of a police station. But if Officer Bumblefuck proceeds to drop in the last lost and found, my efforts will have been wasted. So what do I do then? Well, the solution's elegantly straightforward. Simple as this. Step 1. Squeeze off a few shots at the police station. Step 2. Toss the gun into some random bush nearby. Step 3. Haul ass out of there. Nice and easy. A bored police force is proof of a peaceful city. Nothing to be ashamed of. That said, without the occasional bit of excitement, anyone will get complacent and slow on their feet. A little cold sweat's only healthy every once in a while. Doing good deeds really does make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I think I'll be able to sleep soundly tonight. Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully. It's been 3 days since the shooting at the bakery. Makina hasn't taken a step outside the school grounds after that incident. Not that I blame her. She's spending even more time inside the dorm than she used to. And that said, she's not just moping around gloomily. Best not to ask too many questions, Material. You'll never get the answers you want. Crab legs are delicious. I agree.
こいつカニじゃなくてカニ風味かまぼこだ。騙された。
Oh my god.
安くなった上に生き物から遠のいた。
そうはおっしゃいますが、カニ風味かまぼこも元をたどればスケトウダラですし、みちる様の守護霊はスケトウダラであると言えないことも。
どっちにしろ頼りないのは変わらないわよね。まあまあ、まだ生ものなだけいいのよさ。ユミちゃんの守護霊なんて炭酸電池なのよ。
Oh my god, an AA battery. Are you serious?
いいじゃないのよ、炭酸。一番使い勝手がいいじゃない。
But it's just one.
その評価もどうかとは思いますが。
I agree, that's weird. Why are we talking about this? Makina's at least acting like her normal, cheerful self. According to Mane's testimony, when the girl's alone, she often droops her head and stares at the floor, silently brooding. The cause is obvious enough. Anyone would be depressed after an incident like that, right? And for that reason, I have an obligation to get off my ass and take action.
あれ、ユージ。あんたどっか行くの？
Don't worry about it. I've got a job in the city today. Kicking ass.
パパ。
Yes? Don't worry about it. I'll be back. Don't give me that look. Sashi, look after her for me.
はい、お預かりいたします。どうかご安心を。風見さんもお気をつけていってらっしゃいませ。
Don't worry about it. I'll be back.
パパ、本当に一人で大丈夫？
Trust me, alright? I can do this. I can do this.
なに？なんなの？あんた戦場にでも行くの？
Shut up, Machiro. I'm gonna be Makina's mother.
マキなの？え、何しに？
I'm gonna ask her to leave Makina to me.
え？それってプロポーズ？
No, it's not a proposal, you
私
blonde
にください的なや
nitwit. Surprisingly hard to define the exact difference, I guess.
何？本当に？あんたたち結婚すんの？
Do you not heard anything I've told you? Whatever. I don't know why I expect anything from you. I'll be on my way now. Don't wait up.
いってらっしゃいませ。
Thank you. Since things have come this far, I have no choice but to talk directly to a figure of authority in the Risu and appeal for a stop to this coercive campaign against Makina. Normally that would mean directly meeting Makina's grandfather, the previous head of the clan, Irisu Haruchika. But the man sits at the top of a very high peak. It's hard to imagine I'd be able to secure even a chance to negotiate. What's more, precisely because he's so far above the clouds, apparently there's a good chance Haruchika doesn't know much of anything about the recent shooting incident. You know what they say, when you high up on a ladder, eventually you'll just stop being able to see the ground. Seems strange that an acting head executive wouldn't know what's going on in his own organization, but on that point, Sakaki provided me with a fairly convincing explanation last night.
例えば、そう。あなたが指の先に怪我をしたとしましょう。怪我をすれば、あなたは当然痛いと感じる。怪我をしたことには気がつくはず。
Okay.
でも、その傷口に侵入した雑菌と白血球が戦っていることを、あなたは意識できないでしょ？
True. Even if you're aware that the process is taking place in an academic sense, there's no way to grasp the exact details of the microscopic battle.
イリスケも同じことよ。イリスケを人の体に例えるなら、今回のことは指先に刺さったトゲに等しいわ。頭脳であるハルチカ氏は、痛みでトゲの存在に気がついたとしても、白血球の活動までは認知していない。組織ってそういうものよ。
It's a much better analogy than what I had. Even so, I can't just let things stay this way. Fortunately enough, we're human beings, not cells. We should at least be able to negotiate, at least on some level, right? 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 That face is not right. It's not a very convincing face.
だったら、
That's not a very convincing face either.
イリス清香さんに会うことね。
Okay. Kyoka. Okay, that's the woman, Kyoka. Makina's mother, is it?
イリスケの総裁がハルチカ氏だとは言っても、事実上のイリスケを仕切っているのは、祖母である初音さんと
Interesting.
母親である清香さんなのは有名な話ね。
Well, I didn't know about it, so apparently it's a
イリスケは女性の
secret.
家なのよ。
A matrilinear clan. Right. Well, now that you mention it, Makina had said something like talking to Grandpa won't do any good. I just assumed that she meant Haruchika couldn't comply with her request because of his responsibilities to the organization he leads, but apparently that may not be the case. Lacking the authority and influence to help even if he wanted to. Yeah, the guy's just a face. Kind of like the Emperor of Japan himself, apparently. Apparently he doesn't have as much power as he did back in the old days. He's all Prime Minister now.
組織にとっての最善とは限らない。そんな時、最高意志の決定としての発言力を持つのは祖母の初音さん、そして母親の清香さんということになるわ。
Well, we should bring flowers. Women like flowers, right? Yeah, that'll work.
話し合いをしたいのなら、まずは日本国内の事業を仕切っている清香さんを相手に選ぶことね。とは言っても、そう簡単に会える方でもないと思うけれど。
Well, it was a valid point, but as I'm always telling Makina, there's no chance of getting anywhere if you don't try. When backing down isn't an option, there's no reason not to test every option you have, even when you know the odds are long. Borrowing Makina's cell phone, I called her mother, but the woman did not pick up the phone. Surprise, surprise. After making several attempts at regular intervals, I finally left a success message on her voicemail. I need to talk to you about Irisu Makina. And this morning, I received a return call directly from Irisu Kyoka herself. The woman was calling her daughter's cell phone, but a strange man answered. She made no attempt to hide her understandable mistrust. But after I explained that I was acting as Makina's representative, I seemed to earn at least a provisional recognition, successfully convincing her to make time for a face-to-face conversation. In order to meet Makina's mother at 1500 hours this afternoon, I take the train alone from Mishima Cape Station into the city. My appointment's at the headquarters of the clan's core organization, Irisu Global. Although I said the city, the building apparently stands discreetly for good distance from Tokyo's core. I'm not fond of trains, but for Makina's sake, I need to try and settle this as quickly as humanly possible. And somehow, toughing out 48 miserable minutes on 3 different trains, I spent half an hour walking to a 10-minute taxi ride from the station to the Irisu Global building, still arriving 15 minutes ahead of time. Not too bad. Okay, here we go. Considering the scale of the Irisu enterprise, the headquarters is a surprisingly compact 12-story building, not any different in size from a branch office in my company. From Sakaki's stories, I'd imagine a towering monument to corporate power and wealth, but this leaves a very different impression. Well, better than getting intimidated by the building right off the bat, I guess. I've been a little concerned about being overwhelmed by some massive skyscraper, so honestly, this is a pleasant surprise. Things are going my way today, at least so far. You always start off as a psychological minus when negotiating an opponent's stronghold, so even a small post like this is something to be grateful for. Drawing the necktie on my school uniform tight around my neck, I make my way quietly through the automatic door on the front of the building, then confirm my appointment at the front desk. Okay. The receptionist, a worthy match for Komini-sachi in the utterly expressionless department, guides me to a bank of elevators, where a woman in a clearly expressive dark red suit is patiently holding a door open. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Never even opening her eyes, Miss Sawada offers a perfect 10-degree bow. Returning a small nod of greeting, I enter the red-carpeted elevator as instructed. Sinking to my ankles in the long-haired carpet, I join my hands behind my back in the at-ease position. Miss Sawada moves quietly inside, turning her back to me to press the 12 button for the top floor. On second glance, the panel only has buttons for the lobby and the 12th floor. Looks like this is a private elevator to the president's office and penthouse. Interesting. When we arrive a few seconds later, Miss Sawada simply murmurs this way, quietly before setting off down the hallway. As I follow, I can't help confirming the positions of the windows and emergency exits, as per my usual habit. gazing outside the windows. I'm less concerned with the pleasant view than the potential sniping points. This has got to be an occupational disease at this point. Sort of like a patch of rust inside my mind that won't scrape off. The corridor the secretary leads me down only has one actual door. Inside, there's a modest room about 13 square meters in size, dominated by a desk that's built into the floor. A nameplate reading Sawada Hiroka stands on its surface. Presumably, this is my guide's personal office. In the very back of this room, there's a more imposing door made of thick, expensive-looking wood. Miss Sawada raps on it lightly with her knuckles, calling Kazami Yuji-sama has arrived, ma'am, to the person inside. Oh, here we go. Okay, put on your game face. Alright, let's do this. And the answer she receives in return is spoken in a far more youthful voice than I'd expected. Oh, look. Who's that? Miss Sawada opens the door and guides me inside. The moment I cross the threshold, I squeeze both hands into fists at my side, then click my heels together and say there's no place like home. Kazami Yuji reporting in. As Arisu Kyoka watches me bow from behind her desk, her eyes open wide for just a moment. The startled expression strongly resembles Makina's. Not that I really suspected otherwise, but it's more than enough to convince me this woman is her mother.
よくいらしてくれました。まあ、そう固くならずに、まずはおかけになってくださいな。
No time for formalities. We gotta make this quick. She offers me gentle, bland words of greeting. Arisu Kyoka's eyes glance not to my face, but to my feet. My master once told me women who look at your feet first need to be handled with caution. It's the sign of a person who judges a man's worth based on the shoes they are wearing. Their attitude changes dramatically based on that evaluation. I'm wearing black loafers of the sort designated by the Mihama Academy dress code. Not the high-quality products by any means, but thanks to the habits I picked from my workplace, they're so well polished you could see your face in them.
何かお飲み物は?
No, please don't take the trouble.
遠慮はいりませんのよ。いつも娘がお世話になっていることですし。沢田、冷たいお茶をお持ちして。
You're a poor host. Not respecting the person's wishes.
承知いたしました。
Miss Sawada bows as rigidly as a mechanical doll, then quietly leaves the room. As we wait for the tea, Arisu Kyoka observes me carefully, the bright smile never leaving her face. After a long moment of silence, she abruptly opens her mouth.
本社という割には意外と小さな建物で驚かれましたか?
I suppose.
ですけど、ここまで自社で完結した建物も珍しいのですよ。
In-house, ma'am?
このビルを建てたのはうちの設計会社と建設会社なのはもちろんのこと、あなたがここまで来るのに目にしたものすべてがうちの商品なのです。ロビーに置かれた観葉植物や自動販売機の飲み物もそうですし、この部屋に来るために乗ったエレベーターもイリスの商品なら。極端な話、この会社で働いている人間もイリスの人間ばかりですから、ほぼすべてがイリス製と言っても過言ではありません。
Quite impressive, but I'm not here to admire the scenery. Let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? Are these words intended as some kind of boast? Or perhaps a reminder that I don't have a single ally in this place? An implicit threat? Arisu Kyoka, an expression of studied innocence on her face, begins to answer questions I haven't even asked.
この日本の多くの人がそうと知らずにイリスの手のひらの上で生活しています。例えばそう、あなたが今朝食べたこんにゃくゼリーもうちの商品です。
How do you know what I had for breakfast? I had a Pop-Tart made by Kellogg's, thank you very much. I don't believe I had any, actually.
あら残念。
What the hell
最
is...
近の若い子の間
Okay,
で
those
ブームなのです
eyes.
よ。
Those eyes. Oh my
朝こ
god.
んにゃくで元気をチャージっていうテレビ CM。
Jesus
ご覧
Christ.
になったことはないかしら?
It's like I grown 3 heads or something. That's the kind of face, that's what you give to a person who has grown 3 heads.
ほら、 男性アイドルの井口あすまが渋谷の駅前を歩きながらゼリーを飲んでる CM。
Look, what are you trying to do? I don't get it. I'm afraid not. I have not seen that commercial.
そう。じゃあせっかくですからお土産に一箱持って帰りなさいな。今電話をして用意させます。
You know, I'm just gonna leave this place with like a bunch of shit, like some souvenirs, and I'll be like, what? She didn't even answer any of my questions. What happened? I'll be wearing like a t-shirt, like I came to Makina's building and all I got was a stupid t-shirt or something. I'm appreciative of your thoughtfulness, but I came here today as a representative of Makina, not a tourist.
代理人ね。失礼ですけれど、あなたはマキナとはどのようなご関係で？
We're classmates.
クラスメート。ただのクラスメートが個人の家庭の事情にここまで介入するのかしら？
My classmate was almost killed the other day. I don't care who they are. I'm gonna intervene. I received more than adequate compensation for my involvement.
報酬？ああ、そういえばあの子の口座から少しまとまった金額が引き落とされそうになったと聞き及んでますけど、
Yeah,
そういう
that's
こ
how
と
it
で
is.
すの？あらそう。まあまあ、随分と大きな買い物をしたかと思えば、そう、あなたを買ったのですね。人様の子をお金で買うなんて、なんて子なのかしら。まったく。
I'm the abnormal one for allowing myself to be purchased. Please don't blame your daughter.
あら忠実。あの子、いい買い物をしたわね。
お茶をお持ちいたしました。
It's about damn time. My throat is parched.
お入りなさい。
失礼いたします。
Miss Sawada carries in 2 cool glass teacups and a wooden tray with an artful assortment of small cakes. Bending her knees carefully to the ground, she personally arranges them on the low table in front of us. So only guess, was the tea leaves grown by Risu Manufacturing also?
どうぞ、お召し上がりになって。
Very kind of you. I bring the teacup to my mouth. Watching out of the corner of my eye, Sawada bows silently and slips out of the room. The tea has a rich, pleasant aroma, and a single sip spreads clean, simple sweetness throughout my mouth. If I'm not able to appreciate its excellent flavor like this, I'm probably not dangerously nervous at the moment. Returning my cup to the table, I abruptly broach the main topic. In regards to Makina, it seems she no longer has the slightest intention of returning.
いきなりそのお話ですか。
You got to talk, now it's my turn. It's the reason I came here.
それで、私にどうしろとおっしゃるのかしら。
You know what I want. Makina has no interest in returning to the Riso clan in any capacity. Therefore, I would ask you to bring the various forms of harassment being employed against her to a complete halt. Are we clear?
嫌がらせとおっしゃいますと？
Don't play coy with me. I know what's been going on. Are you not aware that the bakery she was currently employed had 4 live bullets fired at its shop front?
お話だけは伺っております。が、あれは私の指示ではありませんよ。一部の過激な文化集の仕業ではないかと詳されてはいますが、
Why do I
詳
not
細
buy
は
that?
まだ調査中とのことです。
I don't buy that at all. I have a feeling she's more involved in this than I know. Of course, I didn't come here with the assumption that you were responsible. However, you are capable of issuing an order to refrain from further extreme actions. This is an appeal for your assistance.
なんだか思っていたよりもつまらないお話ね。一つお聞きしてもよろしい？
I'll answer anything I can.
そのあなたが言うパン屋さんに銃弾が撃ち込まれた事件の実行犯とおぼしき人物が何者かの手によって拘束されていたところを警察に確保されたと報告がありましたが、もしかしてあれはあなたの仕業なのかしら？
Just be silent. Don't say a word. Interesting. I can't say I can recall anything of the sort.
本当に？
Don't you think it's a bit far-fetched to suggest a mere student like myself could possibly have taken such an outrageous course of action?
確かに 普通の学生には無理でしょう。では、あなたは普通の
I
学生
think she
なので
knows
す
who
か？
we are. You can see for yourself, ma'am. I'm a thoroughly unremarkable dime a dozen student. I just happen to have a lot of money right now.
では、そんなつまらない人間にマキナは7000万円も払ったとおっしゃるの？
She's smart. She's sharp. If you'll excuse me saying so, that has less to do with my capabilities and more to do with your daughter's exceptionally eccentric personality.
なら、そういうことにしておきましょう。でもあなた。
Irisu Kyoko leans closer to the leather sofa where I'm seated and gives the air a gentle but audible sniff.
とびきり凶暴な犬の匂いがしますわよ。
I have a bubble. You have just burst the bubble. Do I really smell? I mean, I did bathe before my visit, for what it's worth.
骨の髄まで染みついた匂いがお風呂に入ったぐらいで消えるもんですか。
Okay.
まあいいでしょう。あなたの陳情は確かに聞きました。マキナに対して過激な行動を取らぬよう徹底させましょう。
I'm grateful for your understanding. Could I have your seal on this settlement agreement?
あらびっくり。そんなものまで用意していたのですか？
You think I'm going to take your word for anything? I want this documented. For legal reasons. Respectfully, a private verbal promise to a student doesn't amount to much.
わかりました。判を押し
Right,
ましょ
damn
う。
right you're gonna sign my papers.
ですが、これはあくまでも私との話し合いで結ばれた示談とお考えくださいね。
Wait, what do you mean by that?
つまり、私自身はマキナに対して危害を加えるような命令や指示を出すことはありませんし、他の者にもそれを徹底はします。
Okay.
ですが、全員が全員、私の指示に従うことは保証の限りではありません。という意味です。
That makes your agreement all but meaningless. This is stupid. You can't sit there and say, well, some people may not obey my orders. I can't help that. Like, you're supposed to take responsibility for these people.
もちろん、私の指示に反して行動した者には、しかるべき責任を負わせますが、そう簡単な話ではないことは、あなたも理解しているのではありませんか？そもそも、先に拳を振り上げたのは、宗家のマキナ派の人間です。分家の代表たるサリナを車ごと爆破されたのですよ。私が報復するなと言ったところで、聞き入れる分家衆が何人いることやら。
Yes, but I came here today and I hope you would find a way to make them listen.
こうも状況がこじれてしまえば、それも無理な相談ではなくて。
No, I don't think so. I mean, we're talking about your own child here, ma'am. Do you not care about her safety and well-being?
ええ、確かに。マキナにしてもサリナにしても、どちらも私がお腹を痛めて産んだ子です。ですから、どちらが家督を継いでも、私は一向に構わないのです。
Apparently someone is interested. But that's not the problem here.
一番簡単で確実にマキナの身を守ろうと思うのなら、マキナの身柄を本家に預けるのが一番です。内側に入ってしまえば、さすがに分家衆も迂闊に手出し
Oh
で
no,
きません。
no, we're not doing that. No. I know what this is. She's trying to make her come back. No, that ain't gonna work. But that's...
いくらマキナが嫌だと言ったところで、それが最善であることに変わりはありません。
I'm not gonna convince her.
あの子を説得していただけませんか？
It's not possible.
だったら、私が直接あの子に話します。とはいえ、私が直接電話しても、きっとあの子は出ないでしょうし。
You want me to call her
あ
right
なた
now?
が電話してくださらない？
I can contact her, but unless Makina herself wants to talk to you, I won't be able to hand over the phone.
それでも構いません。
Alright, you're wasting your time. Very well. Alright.
パパ、どうしたの？もう話し合いは終わった？
No, we're still in the middle of our conversation, but your mother says she wants to speak with you. Would that be alright? You can just come up with some excuse if you don't want to talk. It's completely up to you.
わかった。話してみる。
You gonna be alright?
電話でなら多分。
Understood. I'm going to give the phone to your mother now. Makina seems to be willing to talk.
あらそう。
You better make it count. For what it's worth.
もしもし、マキナね。私です。だから私ですって。何？よく聞こえません。もっとですから、イリス・キヨカ、あなたのお母さんです。母親を詐欺と間違える子がありますか？
Wait,
全く。
wait. Something's not right here. Probably not wanting me to overhear the phone call, Arisu Kyoka stands from her seat with my cell phone, then walks off briskly to the far window. What sort of conversation can you possibly have with the mother you haven't seen in 6 years? More importantly, was allowing them to talk directly really a wise decision on my part? But just as my impatience begins to develop into something like a regret, Arisu Kyoka returns with my cell phone, having concluded her discussion much more quickly than I'd expected.
どうもありがとう。こちらお返しいたしますわ。
Seems not right. Perhaps something of a clean freak, she holds out my cell phone, pinched delicately between the tips of her fingers, as if handling something deeply unsanitary. Taking it carefully, I try to study her expression, but the face of Makina's mother, a woman who has lived her life moving in the shadows of the Irisu Zaibatsu, reveals nothing.
結論は出ましたから、もうお引き取りいただいて結構ですよ。ご苦労様でした。
What did you reach? What kind of conclusion?
当人同士の話し合いで出た結論です。
Oh
あ
no.
なたにそこまで説明する必要はありません。
I'm not leaving here without some kind of answer. I'm not satisfied with that.
まだお分かりになっていただけないのかしら。あなたはマキナの代理人としてやってきておきながら、結局は当人に対話を委ねたのですよ。つまり、すでに代理人としての権利を放棄したのです。そもそも代理人とはおっしゃいますが、それはマキナが勝手に起こした人間です。私が認めないと言えば、あなたには何の権利もないのですよ。
Certainly true.
よろしい。小野が微力をしっかりわきまえたのなら、1階でこんにゃくゼリーをもらって学園にお帰りなさい
Oh,
な。
this stuck-up bitch just called me inept. Not only am I supposed to go home without accomplishing anything whatsoever, you expect me to carry back a box of souvenirs like a complete idiot.
あらあら、その程度の認識を持ち合わせていらっしゃるのね。帰り道の途中で気づいて、もらったゼリーを投げ捨てるぐらいの若さを体験してほしかったのに。
Okay, I don't like her anymore. I didn't like her from the start, but now I really don't like her. Quite an arrogant personality. The woman seems to have divided human beings into two clearly defined categories. She looks down on those who can't profit her in some ways garbage, whereas won't get you anywhere with this type. After heaving a single quiet sigh, I rise from the sofa. Thank you for your time. I'll return at a later date. With this announcement and a brief bow, I leave Arisu Kyoka's office behind. Downstairs, I politely refuse an offer of a card at the station and naturally turn to the jelly souvenir as well. I don't want any goddamn thing from this company anymore, well, except for her daughter, but that's another story. In the end, I leave with nothing but a painful reminder. Despite my somewhat unusual set of skills and experiences, I'm still nothing but a powerless student. I don't have money or influence or anything like that. I mean, what can I really do in an organization as large as that? Can I really make waves enough to even affect this gigantic ocean that is the Risu clan? On the walk back to the station, my legs feel far heavier than usual. The thought, why did I even come down here, weighs me down like a backpack full of lead. The woman said a conclusion has been reached, but it's not clear what results that strangely brief conversation will ultimately produce. I mean, is it really alright to just let things take their course like this? Fighting off anxiety, the scent of something vaguely fishy tickling the back of my nostrils. I make my way back to the dorm where Makina waits. No, I don't like this.
パパ、おかえり。今日の晩ご飯はカレーの煮付けなのよ。
Well, I did say there was something fishy about this. Maybe it was just the dinner. Makina greets me the moment I'm in the door, even more cheerful than usual. And when I try to ask about her negotiation with her mother, she just answers, "It's okay now," without shedding any light whatsoever on what's okay for or how. So she clearly isn't eager to recount the conversation. I can't bring myself to pursue the line of questioning too vigorously. In any case, Makina's expression is so genuinely bright that I can't help feeling slightly relieved, assuming that the discussion must have ended on a fairly promising note. Putting a hand on Makina's head as she smiles innocently, I ruffle her hair around violently, like always. A striking scent floats up and fills my nose. This mixture of fruity shampoo and oddly sweet-smelling sweet-smelling sweat is Makina's distinctive scent. I cannot talk today. Unlike any other woman's, it leaves a youthful, almost childish impression. Her hair smells like Fruit Loops. It's a deeply unpleasant moment, almost like I've slipped my chilled body into a nice hot bath. But soon enough, a murmuring electric rumble brings it to an end. That me? That's probably me. Hello? Amane? What do you want? Why would she want? Why would she call? Isn't she here? Isn't she in the dorms?
あまねえなら今、お豆腐を買いに駅前のスーパーまで行ってるのよさ。
Oh. She found her wallet or something. Yeah, what's up? Okay, calm down. What's going on? Something went bang? Wait, what's burning? You're shitting me. What about the bakery? What are they burning? Oh my god, the bakery's on fire. What?
何？どうしたの？なんかあったの？
We gotta go. It's the bakery by the station. She said it's on fire. Wait, Makina, what? I'm listening. What are you in a safe place right now? Stay where you are until the fire department gets there. Keep your distance and don't try anything stupid. Makina went running out, so I'm gonna follow her. She's almost certainly headed over there. I'll take care of it. Nothing. I'm hanging up now. Fire at the bakery. Oh, these will smell good. Blows through the window just the other day. Now it's burning. No. This is bad. No. I don't like this. There's not a goddamn chance that's a coincidence. As I rush out the door in pursuit of Makina, my mind is already fixed to the worst possible hypothesis. This has to be arson. The night sky is dyed with a pale orange light. The air filled with a foul stink of a large-scale fire. The station streets are already crowded with onlookers, surrounded the bakery where the blaze began with a cautious distance. Oh, look at that. Oh no, whoops. It was... No, there was a button that did that. She must have reflexively tried to run to the bakery, only to be strained by a nearby bystander. One arm in the grip of a neighborhood housewife, Makina stands in the street. Not screaming, not shouting. Just staring at the burning building in the blank shock. Her breath caught in her throat, still as a statue. Makina, are you alright? The powerful agitation that drove her from the dorm, losing its external outlet, seems to have flowed down her back and turned her legs to jelly. Makina's knees tremble so violently it seems she might collapse at any moment.
パパ、燃えてるよ。
Makina. As she mumbles the words in tones of blank disbelief, I feel a heavy lump of uneasiness settling in the pits of my belly like a stone. My stomach squeezes in on itself painfully. Bathed in the transfixing orange light, people are desperately moving back and forth in front of the burning building, casting vivid shadows across the ground as they relay water towards the flames. Among them are many familiar faces, mostly men from the shopping district, and Amane, her long hair thoroughly disheveled, swinging buckets back down the line. Amane! Noticing me as I step forward to join the relay, Amane's eyes find Makina at my side. She rushes over instantly.
Yuji! Makina!
What the hell happened?
わかんない。なんか聞いた話だと放火だって。
Arson. I fought down the urge to curse in frustration. It's one damn thing after another with these people. In any case, we need to fight the fire. Is there anyone left inside?
ご主人も奥さんも無事に逃げ出した
Thank
から。
God. Amane points to Makina's employer, sitting flat on the ground with pure incomprehension on his face. His wife crouches behind him, her face buried in the small of his back, sobbing frantically. Amane, look after Makina. Turning my back on Amane's dazed, soot-stained face, I run to join the relay line. Until the fire department arrives, we have to focus on keeping the flames from spreading.
マキナ、大丈夫？ちょっとマキナ。まあね。
I've seen many people weeping under many different circumstances, but this is the first time it's felt this painful to watch. After all this time, she'd finally worked up the courage to try and leave the curse of the Arisu family behind. On her own free will, she took a small but deeply meaningful first step forward, a simple part-time position at a neighborhood bakery. As she learned the job through steady effort, Makina told me about her dream of opening a store of her own someday. True, that might have been a little more than a simplistic fantasy of a child, but even knowing that it might never be realized, she had a goal. She had a vision of her own bakery, of buying a home where we could live together. This job was her first small, precious step towards that objective. And now it's gone. Just like that. Smashed to pieces by irrational violence. The shop's windows lie shattered by the heat of the fire as tendrils of the flame lick persistently at the walls. The handmade signboard slowly burns down. It's the same sign that was hit by the drive-by shooting the other day. The handsome piece of wood has already begun to carbonize, but I can still make out the bullet hole. A tongue of flame spouts through it, silently chiding, "We warned you, didn't we?" The arsonists must have been members of the Risu's branch family. Even if their superiors admonished them to leave Makina alone, it's clearly not an order they're willing to accept. A faction within the branch house covered up the girl's existence for years, hoping to deceive the main family. And when the facts came to light, they reaped what they had sown. A preemptive attack nearly killed their candidate for head of the Irisu Zaibatsu. I can sympathize with the rage it must have caused the branch family when the figurehead was wounded, but Makina's hardly the person they should be taking it out on. Let alone her employer, this is just a childish spasm of violence. As I stare up at the burning store, I feel a strange heat spreading across my face. It has less to do with the temperature of the air than the emotions building up inside. Eventually, the local fire department arrives on the scene, and in the blink of an eye, the flames are extinguished. Fortunately, the only damage is to property. The bakery on the first floor has been destroyed, but there are no injuries. But as the owner sinks to his knees and moans in agonized disbelief, I can't find any words of comfort. As I carry Makina to the dorm, Amane tries her best to comfort the girl, but she just buries her face in my back and doesn't respond. Ever since she was a child, she had to deal with those deranged by power or money aiming for her life. The girl might even be someone used to it by now. Even so, the guilt of having dragged completely unrelated people into this seems about ready to crush her flat. At such times, the kinder the people around you act, the more you'll close yourself off from them. And more than anything else, out of the fear that you'll end up bringing them misfortune too. And Makina doesn't grow any more talkative after our return.
お母さんと電話で話してくる。
With that one sentence, she disappears by herself.
結局何があったわけ？なんであの子はあんなに落ち込んでんのよ。
だからあの子のバイト先のパン屋さんが火事になっちゃったんだってさっき説明したでしょ。
でも誰も怪我しなかったんでしょ？みんな無事だったんでしょ？だったらそれを喜べばいいじゃない。なんであんなこの世の終わりみたいな顔してんのよ。別にあの子のせいで店が火事になったわけじゃないでしょうに。
Because in a way, well, I mean, it is her fault. Not her fault, but because of who she is, that's what happened.
それはそうなんだけど。
I haven't explained any of the details to Mane, but judging from the way her sentence trails off awkwardly, she seems to have her suspicions.
イリスさんに責任はないけれど無関係とは言い切れないし苦しいところね。
何よユミコ、あんたは何か知ってるのね。
知っているだけよ。知っていても何もしてあげられないこのもどかしさ。何も知らないあなたが羨ましいぐらいだわ。
どういう意味よそれ。
Don't fight, okay? If you absolutely have to know, I'll tell you, but even if you end up regretting you asked, it'll be pretty damn hard to forget. You sure you want to know?
何よそれ。聞くと呪われる都市伝説的な話。
Unfortunately, this is non-fiction.
それは聞いてしまえばマキちゃんを見る目が変わってしまうようなそんな類のお話なのでしょうか。
Pretty much.
だったら私は聞きたくありません。私は今のマキちゃんが大好きですから。
You're a good girl, Sachi.
何よそれじゃあまるで私が悪い子みたいじゃないのよ。私だって別にマキナの秘密を知ってどうこうしようってわけじゃないのよ。ただこのままじゃ私あの子にどんな態度で接すればいいのか。つまりどうすりゃいいのよ。はっきり言ってくんないとわかんないのよ。
No, she
私バ
admits
カだ
it.
から。
If you clumsily try to comfort her, something Makina'd probably just get even more depressed. Nobody wants to get pitied by an idiot.
バカって言うなバカって。
You just said it yourself, woman.
ねえユージ、
What?
私もさ、あんまり腹芸が得意な方じゃないし、考えてることが顔や言葉に出るタイプだから知らない方がいいとは思うんだけど、それでも一つだけ確認しておきたいことがあるんだけど。
Go ahead.
もしかしてあの子実家に帰っちゃうの？
That's hard to say. Sorry, but only Makina knows. She wouldn't tell me. What makes you think so in the first place?
去年の夏休みだったかな。私があの子に実家には帰らないのって聞いたら、あの子こう答えたのよ。
私は実家には帰れない女なのよ。
ん？なんで？
帰ったら多分もう二度とここには戻ってこれないと思うの。
なんでさ。
うまく説明できないのよさ。そりゃね、実家に帰るのが一番だってのは分かっているのよ。でも実家に帰ったらきっとこの学園のみんなとはもう二度と会えなくなるのよ。あまねえもゆみちゃんもチルチルもチズチズだってみんなもう会えなくなっちゃう。それだけは絶対嫌なのよさ。
そっか、なんかよくわかんないけど、 そんじゃ帰らなきゃいいんじゃない？
うん。でも、いつかは帰らなきゃいけない日が来ると思う。だけど、その日が来るまでは、自分からは帰りたくない。
お、帰るな帰るな。そんじゃさ、今年は私の実家に帰ろうか。一緒に京都に行こう。なんか今日のマキナを見てると、あの日のマキナを思い出すのよね。あの子がああいう顔をする時って決まって実家の話の時だから。
I see.
あまねさん、榊さん、みちる様、それに学園長さんまで名前が挙がっているというのに、サッチンの名前が挙がらないのはなぜなのでしょうか。
いや、去年の夏休みはあんたまだこの学園にいなかったでしょうが。
そうでした。幸うっかりです。
あんたさ、なんか時々すごいバカよね。
やめてください。みちる様に言われると本気で落ち込みます。
Wow.
どういう意味かな。とにかく今私たちが彼女にしてあげられることは限られているわ。私たちに何かできることってあるの？そうね、いつも通りでいてあげることぐらいかしら。
Yeah, I think she'd appreciate that more than anything else right now.
私たちにはそれぐらいしかできないけれど、風見くん、あなたにはあなたにしかできないことがあるのではなくて。
Something only I can do, eh?
スオさん、イリスさんは今どこに？なんか一人になりたいって言って部屋を出て行っちゃったけど、多分自分の部屋に行ったんじゃないかな。そうだそうよ、風見くん。
What? You telling me to comfort her?
得意でしょ？
I'm not sure where you get an idea like that. Alrighty, so I think I'm going to end the video off here, and I hope you all enjoyed your extra special long episode because I didn't have one up Wednesday, unfortunately. So I will see you all in the next episode of The Fruit of Grisaia. Take it easy.